Hi, and thanks for joining me on this video where we cover the Teams option within SERPWoo. Now, our Teams option is something fairly new and exciting to SERPWoo. It's largely available within our Quantum interface. And what the Teams option allows you to do in a nutshell is that you can share projects, you can share many different projects actually to other people that might be employees, contractors, different kinds of workers, either within your company or outside your company. As long as they have a SERPWoo account, you can actually create projects and then share these projects within those teams. And then those teams, you can include or exclude as many people as you want. So in order to get to the team interface, come over here to the right upper hand side of the screen. You click the grid icon here, and we'll get a modal window that shows what team interfaces, what team projects that you have right now that are sharing out to other teams. At this moment, I've got one that's been shared with me, our Celebrities project. Now this team project can actually hold as many individual projects as you need. Currently, this one has 41 projects within it. So think of teams as like a group, and it's a group of projects. It could be one project, it could be 12, it could be 41, and there's different people that are able to access this group or this team. So what I'm going to do right now is actually select it. And when I select it, it automatically loads it for me. If you've got multiple teams, you would have seen more than just my celebrity example. You might have seen, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, just depending on how many teams or groups that you have. So now that I've selected it, I'll show you again here real quick. If we had multiple ones here, you would be able to see it. You could tab through them if you've got more than what fits on the screen. And you can actually select none if you want to go back to your individual products like we shown on my screen before I selected this team for celebrities. So currently I am now looking at all of the data for this celebrities team or this celebrities group, this bucket of these projects. And what I can do is actually now, instead of seeing my own individual projects and keywords that was on the beginning of this video, I can now look at what's included within this team. And it's going to be all of these projects here. And of course, on this side, it will be keywords for the project that I'm in. You're also going to be able to look at any reports. There's none that are scheduled out for this one. You could look at different notes. You're basically going to be able to look at anything that has to do with the projects that are associated with this team. So, I might be curious and want to go in to actual celebrities here. And I could look at everything that was in this project. So if I was another employee, or if I was a contracted worker, or maybe I was a consultant, I could just sign up for SERPWoo, and then you could share these projects via the team interface, and I would be able to see everything that you've made within those projects. So this would be a real easy way that if you're a director, or even if you're an analyst within a company and you want to share the results with somebody else on your team, like maybe upper management, or maybe a new worker that's just been employed and they need to work on these projects, this is a real quick and easy way that you can share that data with them so that they can hop in and accept that invite and immediately see the projects that are grouped within that bucket. And then that way, if they wanted to look at, if you told them that they needed to go into the celebrities project and look at Ed Sheeran, they could easily do that. This is essentially a really good way to be able to share the work that you're doing, and other people can quickly see it, whether it's just for somebody to briefly look over or just somebody to do a deep dive in. This is how we handle letting other people be able to see the projects that you have in this particular grouping. Now, one thing that we can do is we can actually go into the team panel. And we can actually look at how many teams that we have and how many projects that we have. For an example, I'm on one team. That's the celebrities team. There's 41 projects total. That's, again, because I've got one team, so there's 41 within here. I can actually create a new team. I just have to give it a name, and I can assign that team different projects, and then I can create that new team. But here's what it looks like when you actually want to edit a team. You can go in and add projects. You can change the team's name. This particular team's name is actually a name of a project also. So if that were confusing, I could go in here and just say that this is the celebrities team and then change that name. And while I'm looking at this team, this bucket, I can see each project individually. So I can see the amount of keywords, the URLs, the domains, the tags. I can even see what's rising and dropping and just how many different URLs are grouped into particular buckets, like first position, 2nd through 5, 6 through 10, 11 through 20. And I can actually edit those projects within this team. So like if I wanted to remove it out, but I can actually go in and look at a lot of these projects, some of which are hidden just for organizational sake. But I can look at the active ones and I can look at the hidden projects as well. And if I scroll back up, we can actually look at deleting the team, which I'm not going to do currently, but we can look at the share settings as well for this team. Now, for the share settings, I can look at current shares. So I can enter in, an email address or a username, a SERPWoo username if you have that. And then I can determine the type of share, if it's going to be a project share or a team share. I can give them permission roles so that they can view only. So this might be really good for a new coworker or maybe a contractor that you don't want to give them permissions to be able to edit stuff. And then you can actually show them what to share and then invite them. And then this is going to show my current share, which is the celebrities group or the celebrities team, who owns that particular group, who are the groupies, which would be me or the people that you've shared it with, and then my access row, and then you can also remove the access. And we've also got a blog post about this feature. If you were to go to our blog, I've already got it pulled up, so I'm going to show you real quick here. Go to our blog, you can find it very easily. It's under the news section, and you could just search for the new teams and sharing features blog post, which is right here, and you can read all about this in a little bit more detail than what I've showed you. But you can read through the article. We've got plenty of pictures to kind of show you, as well as little arrows to show you where you need to go within the screen. But what I've showed you has been a real quick high overview. Our blog post will go over it more. But if you have any questions or concerns, thoughts, or issues, please don't be afraid to reach out to us, either through a comment at the bottom or through the help desk. And we're always willing to listen to new ideas and help you out along the way. So I hope that this has been an informative video for you, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, and goodbye.